Hello, welcome to episode 17 of Life is Strange 2. I think there's only going to be one episode after this one, so we're at the sharp end of the game now. Things are looking up in some ways after the events of the last episode, but I have concerns about other things that were mentioned and happened there. Here are the positives. Daniel has been sprung at last from the grasp of the evil Pastor Elizabeth Fisher. Sean managed to convince him through the dialogue choices that we made that she had been feeding Daniel lies. She hypocritically took medicines prescribed for her own illness, but would not allow Sarah Lee's pneumonia, as it turned out to be, to get the treatment it obviously urgently needed. She'd intercepted the letter back to Jake from Karen saying she got the message and was on her way to help. She was kicked out of her own church, we learned, because she had extreme views. And then finally, as Daniel's doubts and anger at having been tricked grew, the church began to burn. And when push came to shove, the beating that Sean was willing to take, getting up off the ground time after time to stand his ground without fighting back though against the nasty Nicholas, the pastor's thug cum bodyguard, all of that finally convinced Daniel that his brother was sincere. I thought for a moment it might have actually been better just to let Sean deal with the pastor. He was standing there holding the gun. He had the control of the situation. But on reflection, I decided to involve Daniel because that was another step, another little way of getting the boys back to being on the same side, working together. Strangely in that scene, actually, Karen didn't have a great deal to do. Her main contribution to events came later. Another positive, Jake has been able to rescue his little sister, and with Sean deciding to tell Jake that he can keep the money of Sean's that Jake has been looking after ever since the camp was raided before the authorities can confiscate it, the chances are now that Sarah Lee will get the treatment she needs. That's a great result for Jake and a payback, I think, for him at least trying, his heart was in the right place, to keep Daniel safe after the events at the farm. Karen, another positive, has suggested to the boys that they accompany her to her camp out in Arizona, where she's been living in a small community of like-minded people who also just want to live life on their own terms. There's an obvious parallel here, isn't there, between that situation and Cassidy and her friends and the camp where Sean and Daniel lived for a while. They were a group of people who'd essentially said no to the majority of society. We want to do it like this. Whether this camp will be any more secure long term than the other one proved to be, we don't know as yet. But the big thing surely is that the boys are with their mum, and especially for Daniel this, because he's the one who's only very recently just met her and not had the sort of heart-to-heart conversation about the past which Sean was able to have. Daniel's the one who's got to learn a lot about Karen as a person. So those are the positives. The negatives are, this is another group of people that Sean and Daniel are meeting and mixing with. Karen seems cool about Daniel's superpower, amazingly. I mean, what a thing for a parent to learn. But what about these other people who are essentially strangers? Is Sean still going to insist on Daniel keeping his power a secret from most of the group? Or has that bird already flown its cage and we don't know this? Second negative, Sean may have reintegrated himself in his brother's life. He's back in protector mode and now he's got Karen to help him too. But the incident with the scorpion, and I did say when we saw the scorpion crawling towards us before it happened, that's a bit weird, where Daniel was just idly turning it round and round and over in his hand. If ever there was a metaphor there for him being in control of something that's potentially deadly, of having the power to decide between being benevolent or malevolent, it worries me that Sean is already in that tiny snippet of dialogue they had when they were out looking over the canyon. He's already finding his authority over Daniel tested again. Sean doesn't like Daniel abusing his power. Daniel sees no issue with experimenting, even with living things now, like the scorpion. So are we back to this struggle between the boys? Has Daniel learned anything from the disastrous situations of the past where he's let his power out and run riot? Or is history just waiting for the next time that Daniel loses it again in some situation or other and causes another catastrophe? And finally, as a negative, and I'm not sure if this is a negative or a positive, what about the Mexico plan? Is it still a thing? Does Karen have any news about the search that's ongoing for the boys? Presumably that's continuing. And if it is, how long do they have before the authorities come a-knocking again, just like when they did back at the grandparents' house? So, where we stopped, we were just heading back into this camp that we haven't seen yet. Now, I mentioned there are some journal pages that Sean had written since the events at the church, and in conversation the boys made reference to people in the camp we haven't met yet. So before we go any further, we're going to go back and start by catching up on what happened to them in that gap in time. Right. On to episode 17, Life is Strange 2. Here we are, in the Arizona desert, with a bird which might be a buzzard, I don't know. And we're heading into the camp. Oh, wow, it's way bigger than I thought it was. Okay. This has got an air of semi-permanence to it. And we're on the start of a new chapter, episode 5, Wolves. That's what we are. They seem quite content, don't they? They seem like they belong together when you see them like that. But this isn't a testing situation, is it? I'm guessing. Now, the first opportunity I get...
what Joanne is doing.
Go for it.
I'm going to look in that
bring
journal.
back the telescope to Stanley and Arthur.
Ah, the telescope. Stanley, Arthur.
Went to town for weekly supplies. Some pancakes left in the kitchen.
Nice.
Back soon.
It's a trusting place where people do not lock their doors. But then why would they? Now, is Sean going to...
Daniel, you copy?
Yes,
Oh.
I read you. 10-4.
I have a pancake alert in the kitchen. Repeat. Pancake alert.
Whatever. Joanne has waffles. Over and out.
10-4. No flying pancakes today.
No flying pancakes today. Oh, great. Now we're in a position where we can just pause for a second because I want to go and look in the journal. I think it's important that we do this. Right, there's a lot of pages here. I think we'll start from here, 94. Some good drawings there there's Sarah Lee. And this needs to go something or other. Let's see what it says. We got Daniel finally. The freak guru can go to now. Feels so good to be with my bro again. Leaving Haven Point. Karen is taking us to her place. We need to breathe, sleep, heal. And then there's all this weird stuff here. This needs to go U.U. Don't understand that? Great drawings though. His skill is coming back, isn't it? If it ever went away, that is. Oh, talking of away. Right, let's see what this is. This is about Karen's location. May 15th, 2017. Karen lives in a desert commune. No unincorporated community, she said. It's called Away. Only 30 people live here on off. This place is so weird, but the desert is mind-blowing. The perfect hideaway. Let's hope it is. That's what I said. Is it? Next page. Oh, bonding. Is this what we're looking at here? I think it might be. May 29, 2017. Daniel's still feeling so confused, guilt-tripping a lot. He can't figure out what happened. The brainwashing, the lies, Lisbeth's grasp over his trauma. Doing my best to help him recover. And then we've got, they should be fine now. Karen is a big help too. She's good with words. That letter from Jacob and Sarah made him happy. Daniel needs more friends. Interesting. Sean, we posing. So do I under it too there as well. Yeah, you do need more friends. Okay. Here's Karen in what looks like a caravan of some sort. And then some discussion about what she's planning to do. June 3rd, 2017. Total trip to live with Karen. Again. She wants to move on. That's easy for her to say. I'm trying. Daniel is getting better. I can see he loves having Mummy back. That's what we hoped, wasn't it? That they would bond. And then we've got a... what looks like a dog wolf with wings. Oh, here we are. Daniel's power is no secret here, June 8th, 2017. So they do all know about it. No one gives her. They just go along with it and don't see it as something they can use to their own advantage. Refreshing. And then we've got, who's going to tell we're already the crazy sand people, David. And a big roar from this creature. Okay, these are characters in the camp by the looks of it that Sean has been sketching, and I don't know what that thing is over on the other side. June 10th, 2017. So this place, away, is what you make it. Joan, is it Joan or Joanne? It says Joan there, but Daniel pronounced it Joanne. Let's call it Joanne. Joanne haunts it with cool-ass sculptures made from scavenged scraps. She's a cool and sunny woman. Karen's closest thing to a best friend, it seems. Cool as heck, ornamental tattoos. And then it says, take my time today. Yes, always a good idea to take your time. I haven't taken my time today. I've been running, I've been fence painting, and now here I am doing a game. June 15th, 2017. Arthur and Stanley live in one of the only proper houses in town. They built it together 10 years ago from ruins of their past lives. These two can't stop teasing each other, but they're so inspiring. Old couple, young love. Interesting. We haven't met Arthur and Stanley yet, but we're looking forward to it. There they are. One of them has a haircut just like mine. Who knew? That's a cool house they've got there, actually. I like the look of the outdoor living area with the sort of pergola shading it over the top or whatever it is. June 17th this is. Oh, a letter from Cass. Let's read this. Got a letter from Cass today. Feels good. Would love to hang with her again. Someday. I hope so, Sean. You should have dreams, and he's got dreams. These are terrific pictures. He's drawing really, really well. 102. And here's some more. This is the desert, the inspiration that he was talking about. This place makes me want to draw. Could stare at these canyons forever. He really is an excellent drawer, isn't he? Very good. And some colouring in. Who's drawn those? Okay. June 30th, 2017. Daniel needs to vent out. He's been having nightmares about Haven Point and Elizabeth for weeks. Still feels guilty about my eye. Need to find ways to help him process this. Oh, so it's been some time now, obviously. June the 30th. Interesting. I mean, his pictures are still optimistic. We're into July. And we have constellations in the sky. Karen told us about a cool camping spot. Reached the top after a long hike across the canyon. Track sessions feel like forever ago. Need to work on my cardio. Don't fall, mate. Ursa Major, Manhosaurus. Probably the best view ever. Gonna stargaze all night thanks to Arthur's telescope. Daniel seems happy. And a happy Daniel is a less dangerous Daniel. And the last page, and there is a happy Daniel. Okay, we're caught up. Let's explore this place. Crops. Who am I discussing
Karen
it with?
practices what she preaches. She barters with her food.
Right.
Not money.
I'm guessing discuss is a walkie-talkie thing. Yeah, thought it was.
Excuse me. Water boy. Did you remember to feed the crops?
I never forget. Ask Mom. But no way I can grow stuff like she can. Maybe in Mexico.
Oh.
Oh yeah. We can grow a lot of stuff there.
Okay, well that answers another question then. The Mexico thing is still a thing. I don't know. Oh, that's his Karen's trailer behind us. Oh gosh, there's going to be so much to look at here. It's all going to fill in bits of our understanding.
It's nice to play games with Daniel again.
Good.
Karen likes to join us too.
Good.
Still can't believe she's kept it.
Oh, look at that. Even with the broken handle. We'll look around outside first and then I'll come back and go into Karen's trailer in a moment. I think we need to explore this camp and find out what's what.
Water management is kind of a big thing around here.
Yes. Well, you are in the desert in Arizona, so...
Dude, we could put red food coloring in the water and turn this into a blood tank.
Oh, yes. Then I could be Zomboy fighting vampires. Sucks that we can't get food coloring out here.
Tiny echoes of the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit there, aren't there, in the way that he reacted. Solar panels, obviously.
Pretty smart. You're never gonna run out of sun in the desert.
True. Although I suspect you have to keep them washed clean of sand, because that would impede their efficiency. Well, that's all we've got time for today on Power Your Own House. From the
This
locals.
part of town is dead this time of year.
Oh, okay.
I should stay around here.
Yeah, right. Thanks. I did think... Okay, I get the message. It's a big area to explore. We're allowed parts of it, not all of it. Oh, look.
Yeah. Daniel still misses Chris.
Yes, I was just talking about him. He sounds a bit like Chris, I think, at times.
Hey, your Captain Spirit drawing was awesome.
Thanks. Wish I could show it to Chris.
One day.
Think he can visit us down in Puerto Lobos?
Pretty far away for a sleepover.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
I know. I just can't wait for us to hang out again.
Yeah, I think they would have been good friends. Apart from the fact that one of them has a superpower and the other one only thinks he has one. Although he did kind of realise, I think, when he couldn't stop the police cruiser.
Arthur and Stanley probably want their telescope back.
Yes. Didn't we just give it them back? Maybe we didn't. I'll find that out in a second.
Morning, Sean.
Oh,
Morning, guys.
hi Arthur and Stanley. I'll be over to talk to you in a minute. I'm still exploring the camp. Wondering why we've got fireworks.
Arthur and Stanley cannot wait for the 4th of July.
That's of course it.
Me neither.
Honestly. I feel so out of things.
Look at that. I thought there was only vultures in the desert.
No, apparently not. Apparently you should put one of those in your soul. A barbecue.
No matter what happened before. These guys are like social directors here. They still love to party.
Good. This is nice. This is like a relaxing, accepting environment, isn't it? It's just what the boys needed. I'm looking at everything. I'm sorry.
Now that's some real patriots.
Yes. Oh, and we have a wood bear. Let's talk about the wood bear,
Oh, not again.
apparently.
It's kind of cute, though.
They make a lot of these. Tell Daniel, see what he makes of it.
You think they picked this up at the gas station?
I hope not. It's too cute. Looks like Brody, the bear.
Wonder where he's at now. He could write our whole story.
He could, he could. Interestingly, using a walkie-talkie is one thing, but Daniel wouldn't know what it was you were looking at there, Sean. So, He must have an extra superpower that we're not aware of. Let's go this way.
This is such a weird fucking place.
It's different.
But that's what's cool about it.
Give you that. Is he going to let us go to that motorhome? I suspect it's not. I think we're reaching the boundary again. Yep, thought we were. You could kind of tell. He just can't walk. Oh, you see, I'd like to go to that dome thing over there, but it won't let me. It's sending me back this way, so we'll go back this way. So 2 things. We're going to go and explore Karen's
I should
trailer.
bring the telescope back to Art and Stan.
Yes. Yes, it's not like they're going to do anything with it immediately, are they? It's bright sunlight out there. Artwork. I mean, that's impressive.
Love the energy out here.
That's what he drew.
With everyone building stuff as they please.
Yeah. And it's all recycling, isn't it? I'm guessing they're getting their bits from these scrapped cars that are over there and they're just repurposing it. Let's look at this one.
I could get used to that scenery.
Yeah, me too. Look at the sculpture.
We helped Joanne set up this giant vacuum with binoculars, as David calls it.
So we need to meet this guy, David. Oh, a swap box. I think I can work out how that works already.
It's so cool that people want to give a second life to their stuff.
Yeah, it is. That's an interesting thing, isn't it? I mean, there's obviously some bartering goes on, but also people give away things they don't need. What an informed group of people. I'm coming to talk to you in a bit, guys. I'm just trying to explore the full extent of the... I don't know what to call it. Scrapyard? I mean, there is junk, as
Too
you
bad
can
there's
see.
nobody my age here.
Yeah, that's the thing that's
This
missing.
place is the ultimate playground for Daniel.
But then... who are the people he has got to play with?
Joanne can throw a total rager out here. But without asshole neighbors.
She sounds like a character. Oh, we've got loads of stuff here. I hear voices. I hear Daniel.
Karen and Joanne spend evenings playing and chatting. Kinda like me and Lila.
Oh, Lila. Whatever happened to Lila? We've heard so little of her.
Joanne says she needs all this junk to grow inspiration from.
Yeah. Generator.
There's power cuts all the time here. But no one's really bothered by it.
Okay. I'm a bit confused. I mean, where are they getting their mains electricity from? If they're generating power using solar panels, is it just the lack of solar that's causing them to...
Arthur and Stanley probably want their telescope back.
Yes, I know. It's not that we're making off with it, is it? I want to look around. What was I saying? I was talking about power cuts. Yeah.
I love how they recycle everything into art, construction, or agriculture here.
Yes, I mean, you're an artist yourself because you draw, so you would appreciate this. Yeah, I'm not sure about the power cut business. I'm looking around and I see no power poles. I mean, you're in the middle of the desert, so there isn't any. So, oh, hang on. Wait a sec. Is that a power pole there? All right, maybe they're just supplementing it with their solar. I don't know.
Joanne picks up all kinds of scraps from the desert. She even found a boat once.
Honestly, the things people dump in the desert. Fly tipping, isn't it? It's such a big area, though, I suppose. That's what they bank on, isn't it? That no one's going to notice. Or care. No one's actually patrolling it. Although we did hear an aeroplane, didn't we? A moment
This
ago.
part of town is dead this time of year.
It's shockingly dead.
I should stay around here.
You should stay around here. We're going to go into Karen's trailer to start with. This is where we started. Hello, Karen's trailer. I'm back. And then we'll go off and see where that sound was coming from when we heard Daniel. And also Arthur and his friend. Okay. Oh, Right, loads to see here. Let's go a bit at a time. Karen's bed.
Karen has been camping in her own house since we arrived.
Right, name tag.
Either Karen was desperate for a job, or she loved working with kids.
Possibly so. Or both. You can learn so much by people's belongings, can't you? Or when we do like letters.
I hope Karen sends this to Claire and Stephen.
We're going to read this, folks. I'll just take my camera out of the way so you can read the very top part of it. Hi, Mum and Dad. I've been thinking about this letter for a while, and I know it's been a long, long time coming. So I'm sitting here tonight thinking about the words I should have written 10 years ago. You always used to say everything happens for a reason, and there's been some crossing out on the letter. If I just take us, I won't take us back to it. It says we thought about it then. I understand why now. There is a reason I feel like I have to reach out to you both tonight from the desert. I know you only heard from me once by phone and 6 times by letter for almost a decade. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you, and I was certainly not trying to punish you, like you told me. Don't laugh, but I just didn't know what to say or write. Poet's block. Just like how you had to block me from your life after I left Esteban. I understand that was how you had to deal with a problem child, an only child who didn't live up to your expectations. Oh, right. This explains Claire's attitude to the boys going into her room. You had to block me from your life after I left Esteban. Okay. There's no denying that I failed you, but the burden, weight of your aspirations as parents failed me too. You had such a rigid opinion of what I was supposed to be that I just didn't have the chance, opportunity to explore who I actually was. You wanted a daughter to grow up happy, find a good job and a great husband, settle down to breed, have kids and raise them in faith and continue the cycle of suburbia. That daughter wasn't me. I know that you were raised in a different time and culture, so I didn't understand your point of view, like you didn't understand your wayward daughter. Maybe a bridge too far for us at the time. After Danny was born, you know I wanted to take a break, some time to figure out things out in my head and heart. It didn't make sense to you or Dad, and I get that, but you didn't see how. I was so desperate, and only Esteban was willing to give me that time because he saw how unhappy I was. I don't blame you for my decision to leave, and maybe a time out would have led to the same outcome. We'll never know, and I try not to live in regret. My life has been a roller coaster, and there have been times I longed to hear your voices and thoughts, even the negative ones. And I know when I last talked to you in New York to ask for help in paying back my debts, you wanted to help, but it was on your condition to return right back to where I couldn't return. I hate that was our last conversation. I'm sorry I reached out to you to this day. I'm sorry I broke your hearts. I'm sorry I let you break mine for silencing me for so long. I think we've paid our dues. And now I sit under a blue field of crystal scars, like the poet I hope I am, writing and waiting for a chance to rebuild an old bridge with my mother and father. I hope we can cross it one more time. Love, your daughter. Wow. That was probably letter of the game. Don't you think? Let's have a look at some of Karen's poetry.
She's really good at rewriting her own life.
Okay. I am a solo Mobius strip. Just when I reach the end, I go back to the beginning. Resign myself to new faces, the privilege to escape and rewrite another draft. Goddess laughs at my plans, then shows me the page left unmarked for years. Out in the ghost desert, the seeds return as saplings to reveal their age and power. Now I go back, forwards, layered with fear and hope, to water the children of the sun. poem.
This one's pretty intense.
Oh, is it? Okay, here we go
I
then.
get it.
Well, let's see if we do. Don't believe I would find a soul within or without a church. A miracle with sleep and food, and a day without, until it was not. Now we run to celestial spires. Oh, visions of the fake prophet, engulfed in ego and belief. As the burning cross falls on all your cruel angels, I am the bonfire of vanities, so when the dam breaks, we all flood like glass on a mirage, if I believe. Interesting. She's talented. Look at this. It's a backpack. I looked at it. Look.
I should bring the telescope back to Art and Stan before I forget.
No. Will you chill? Take the USB key. I don't understand the significance of taking the USB key, but we've taken it anyway. Good, right, fine. Another poem on the wall.
Karen must have been so excited to finally hit New York.
Possibly so. Fly by night, not by fright, into the big city bright. Stop. That cliché never a-dying in the steel of the buildings, the warp of the street. But no matter what or where I spin, the pull of a million dead poets takes me to dance once again. Go. But this time I get to lead. Until the next flight. Ooh. She's prolific. Note.
Karen doesn't even like to leave this place just to go shopping.
Yeah, we know. I mean, it's just back soon K. There's no kiss after it or anything like that, so that's a bit sad. I would have liked to see that. Look at the picture.
Karen looks so young and fragile on this picture.
Right. Is that Joan she's with?
Hard times.
Not. Oh, Maggie and Karen, summer 11. Kissimmee, Florida. Okay. Group picture. Look.
Looks like they all finally found their home.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? They all look quite happy. Ooh, there's so much to see here. Jacob's letter.
I'm so glad Jacob and his sister are doing okay.
Okay, good, good.
They deserve some peace.
They do. Let's read this. There's so many letters to read here. This is fabulous. I'll take my camera out of the way for a second. May 29th, 2017. Hola, Sean. Sorry I did not write to you sooner, but this was the first time I've had chance to relax after we got out of Haven Point, thanks to you and your brother. I still can't believe it really happened. So bizarre. Sarah Lee and I do miss our parents, but we're not ready to let them know where we are yet. We'll figure it out later. With the money you gave me, I could pay a month's rent in advance for a room in a small beach town on the coast. Sarah Lee loves it. She's much better now thanks to the antibiotics. We're doing great. The most important thing to me is my sister, just like your brother. You are lucky to have each other, and we were blessed when you both came our way. I'm trying to track down our Humboldt crew, so I'll keep you posted. I hope everybody's okay after that night on the farm. We all deserve a break and a better future. Please let me know when you make it to the other side. You and Daniel got this. Give our little hero a big hug. Take care, Jake. That's nice. That's pretty much better than what I hoped, actually. There was sufficient money to get them somewhere to live, to wait out while they decide what they're going to do next. Here is our bed.
So good to have a home.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Again. With a parent.
And a real bed.
Again. Oh, game. I just love the way they put all this stuff around for us to find. Although there's a bra over there. I'm not so worried about that. Let's look at Cassidy's letter.
Didn't realize how much I miss Cassidy's voice.
I bet you can hear her voice.
And her songs.
When you read it.
And... dude.
Yeah. Yeah, we know what else you miss about her, don't we? Okay, here we go again. 06/17/2017. Hola, sexy boy. No more city boy. Jake hooked me up with your P.O. box, so now you can't hide from your old crew anymore. I know you took off from the hospital, and I'm glad you're still going down to Mexico. We've all been fugitives on the run, but you and Daniel are the kings of the road. I hope you finally get back home. Of course, I'm not ready to settle yet, so we're all hanging out in Colorado. The idea is trying to get as far away of the west coast as possible. Too many ghosts for now. Hard to believe Finn isn't here to start, and we don't miss him for that. But he'll get a few more songs out of me. We all want to remember him for his angels, not his demons. I miss you. I would love to take a road trip out of this hole, and it would be great to swim with you again. So you better let me know when you hit Mexico, Sean. Don't make me track you down. Here, I'll even give you my number, so no excuses. Love, Cassidy. And she's put her phone number in the letter. Ah, that's great. Well done, Cassidy. Right. We had the USB key. Come back to that in a second. I can't get over how much stuff there is to look at in this one small place, including this.
She changed my diapers, but...
Yes?
It feels kind of awkward to be here.
Yeah, there's people a lot older than you still living with their parents, Sean. It's just a modern thing. Okay.
Gotta keep my eye lube handy.
Yes.
Glad I don't need it as much.
No. They must be making regular trips to get stuff like this. What is a snake clamp? Perhaps it'll tell me.
Ugh. I wish Karen didn't tell me she got a rattlesnake out of the toilet last week.
Oh, is it a thing you catch snakes with? Oh, I see. Right. Can I just say, as a fan of post-apocalyptic games, I approve of the store of toilet rolls.
Arthur and Stanley probably want their telescope back.
I tell you, you mention that telescope one more time, there's no pocket money for you next week. Have I made it clear? Good. I am not a fan.
Man, I'm still not used to this heat out here.
I'll bet. There's no aircon, is there? It's basically just a fan. All right, so let's look at using the USB key.
I totally forgot about that key.
I didn't. You picked it up out of the bag.
I should have gone through that flash drive weeks ago.
Yeah, you really should. Can we can read some of this.
Hey, Dad.
That's a nice picture. Although Daniel doesn't look terribly happy in it.
Lila always knew how to crack me up.
I'm glad he's got a picture of Lila. And I don't know that we can actually... It says read, but I think we're just reading the titles of these. Math homework, movies and stuff, other pictures. Misty Mice Tickets, PDF. Oh, yeah. Drawings. It's like a blast from the past, isn't it? No pun intended. So we can also, while we're here, look at Karen's tabs.
Had no clue there was a network of seed pirates.
Apparently so.
Karen's a real-life hacker.
She is. She's buying seeds to grow stuff. Because that's what they do.
Karen takes on some small pieceworks for a living.
Hi, Karen. Thanks for your
Must pay better than poetry.
I'll bet. She can write. Thanks for your last advice column. We got quite a response and a lot of hits. I know you don't want a social media footprint, but you could generate a lot of clicks with your insights. Looking forward to your next piece. Please make sure to send your invoice for May and June. Best, Ariane Klein, Managing Editor, Desert Life Weekly. Is there such a thing? If there isn't, there should be. Yeah. Seeds. She's been buying seeds. Let's look at Sean's tabs.
Brody's so good at describing painful situations.
Oh.
And seeing the good into it.
We have a Brody article to read. Okay. Let's read it. I'm going to turn my camera off again, honestly. I'm on, off. A Tribe Called West. You Can Go Home Again by Brody Holloway. May 1st, 2017. Salt Lake City, Utah. The last time I saw my mother before this year, I was telling her to leave me alone. That I was done with the whole family. My real fam were the strangers I met on the road who became friends, not my family who became strangers. I adopted all the online connections I made around the world and all those wandering souls that I would encounter on my journeys ahead. You would be reading about them right now, except the next time I saw my mother, she was in a hospice. in hospice care at our Utah home. Her body light and frail as a web, holding my hand and telling me that she was sorry about everything that kept us apart for most of my adult life. My mum was dying of cancer and she was sorry. So I cried, she cried, my brother cried, we all cried. And all the years of family blew away to dust, like that finger snap sound. I just wasn't mad anymore. I didn't know it would be so easy or so hard. It didn't mean the past didn't happen or that I wasn't responsible in my own way. My brother used to tell me I was a fake liberal because while I was out trying to save the world, he had to take care of Mum and the family estate. Maybe he was right, but I told him that he also had the money to take care of them. God, if I was in charge of the finances, I would have given away the family estate and we'd be broke, living in a co-op. My brother knows this. Families are just so weird. Society tells us to love your parents and siblings simply out of blood and chance. But what if you hate each other? What if you're only linked by random DNA? What if... Interesting. Oh, it carries on. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I've seen the best and worst of people everywhere I roll. You tend to have those extremes at 3 a.m. at an empty gas station or on some desolate freeway. Yes, I've seen strong families bond in hard times. I know there are big siblings out there who will always care for their little siblings and vice versa. They help me to understand our fragile filial ecosystem. In her last hours, my brother and I held my mum's thin fingers as she passed on to a place I hope is better than the one she came from. After she was gone, I found a stash of some old school essays and stories, the only thing I was good at in school. I never knew she kept this stuff or that she cared. Even if we never understood each other, she must have been a little proud that I went my own way and tried to be a force for good. Mothers know how to make you cry like a little bitch. The first time tears had burned my eyes in a long time. It felt good. So now I've come back to a home I once vowed to never return. I don't feel so alienated this time, even if I still am. Like I say too often, there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Now I have an estate to deal with and more responsibility than I actually want. But I have to see this as karma or destiny or the dharma of the privileged. Don't panic. But I may be taking a break from my life on wheels just to see who or what I can help now I have more resources to spread around. I'm sure my brother will approve, insert sarcasm, if we're still talking after all this memorial bonding. Okay, it's not happy ending, but maybe it's a hopeful one. And speaking of hope, given the sad state of this sad nation, I've been thinking it's time to move outside my comfort zone, send dispatches from places and people I'm not so familiar with, places I can explore to tell new stories from, like Canada or Mexico or the road never ends.
We miss you too, Lila.
Oh, and there's a page of Lila stuff. Okay, so we can't scroll this, but we can read it. Lila Park, me during the day, all good, under control. Me at 3 a.m. in my bed. And then Lila Park uploaded a new picture. Lila Park uploaded a new picture. My birthday baby bro, Daniel Diaz. Missing, not forgotten. I make a wish for you. And 10 people have said they liked it. She's not forgetting about you, Sean. I think we've done the USB key, haven't we? I don't think there's...
Whoa.
Yeah, there's nothing else on
I
there.
should have gone through that flash drive weeks ago.
We did. Is there any difference between using the USB key and checking
Whoa.
it? No, there isn't.
I should have gone through that flash drive weeks ago.
Okay, camera, come back. I have to keep remembering to do that. One day I'm going to forget and you won't be seeing me at all the way through it, which you could probably say is a distinct advantage. I heard you.
Dad was an absolute fan of this movie.
Was he?
Huh. Maybe they were nerds together.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. There's a lot about them you probably don't know. You know? I think we've looked at everything. There might be the odd bit down this side, like the pancakes. Oh. Hot sauce. With the pancakes?
I do remember Karen would drown her pancakes in hot sauce.
Man, what a thing to do.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah, I know. Oh, hang on, before we eat them.
Daniel's Big Ten late birthday party
Oh.
made him feel so happy.
Hence Lila's post on social media. We've seen everything. We're going to eat some pancakes. Sorry, excuse me. I'm just going to eat these.
One thing Claire and Karen have in common, their love for pancakes.
And while eating the pancakes, looking out of the window, I mean, how is that for a view? Good. I'm glad you didn't eat them all, because that would have been bad with a capital B. We're out of here. I was going to check out the source of the noise, wasn't I? Which I think was down here. Or should I go and see the guys? Let's go and see them about the telescope. They've been sat there waiting long
I should
enough.
bring the telescope back to Arden's stand before I forget.
Okay, that's it. Pocket money stays in my pocket next week. You were warned. I told you. You'd have only spent it on things like cigarettes and whatever anyway, wouldn't you? I know, I'm not stupid. Give telescope back. Is that it? Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
Morning, Sean.
Join us.
Have a seat.
Oh.
Hey, just in time for our special desert brew.
There was a third mug
And
waiting.
dust-free.
Thanks. So much.
Sean, it's too early to be so awake.
No kidding. Hey, how was your sleepover in the canyon?
It was good.
Amazing. We watched the sunrise. Daniel loved it too.
That's my favorite view out here. It's like ancient times, but it never gets old.
Unlike us, darling. That canyon will be here long after we're gone.
True.
Hope you looked up.
We did. Thanks for hooking us up.
Anytime. Even my daughter Becky loves to stargaze when she visits us.
That's the only way to get Arthur to camp now. Becky is the real astronomer in the family. Wonder where she got this.
From her mom, probably.
Hope you guys get to meet Becky.
Oh, okay. Does she visit a
Does
lot?
she come visiting often?
Not as much as I'd want. Can't really blame her. But you know, well, some parts of the year, this place is full of friends and family. Christmas, for example.
Oh, that's nice. Let's ask why they came here.
So, why did you come out here?
Because we got tired of people's bullshit. Things change. But being gay is still dangerous. The end.
Sean, I'm almost 60, and I was a happily married man for 20 years, until I came out. I don't blame my family for being in shock, but I didn't think they'd disown me. My other daughters won't even talk to me anymore. So why stay?
After we got together, we both had serious breakdowns.
Wow.
Then we got the hell out of the Bay Area. For the better.
I hear that. I'm just so fucking tired of running. I hope me and Daniel find our own way.
You will. People come here to reset their life. Become the
imagine
person
that.
they want to be. Or used to be. You're smart. You'll figure out your next direction. Right, Gramps?
Speak for yourself, Grandpa. My body might be 59, but I'm 25.
Uh-huh. I'll remember that on the next hike.
I'm gonna see what Daniel's up to.
That sounds like
Thanks for
fun.
the desert brew.
You're very welcome. That reinforces what we
These two
thought.
remind me of Claire and Steven.
Really?
In a weird, hippie version.
Yeah. I mean, their reason for being there is somewhat different. And their approach to life, I think, is completely different too. But it reinforces what I said about, people coming here for various reasons. Karen came here for one reason, they came here for another.
Hey, Sean. What were you doing at Arthur and Stanley's place?
Well,
You're a little too young to be stalking me, dude.
You know what? I saw them kissing the other day. Kinda weird.
I think he's led a sheltered life. It's kind of normal.
You know it's actually normal for people in love to kiss, right?
I know. I just mean, they're really cute together. I hope somebody cares about me like that when I get old. Hey, artist, come by Joanne's place. We're making wild sculptures.
Will do.
Hold up. I'll be over in a minute.
I didn't know he ever left.
Guys, what are you talking about?
Gosh, you live in your own world, honey. That's what I love about you.
Oh, don't stop talking just because I've arrived. Did he crack
Joanne's
his...
been cutting metal pipes this morning.
He cracked his knuckles.
Again. I didn't come out to the desert to be awake at 5 a.m.
Funny. That's exactly the reason I came here. To get more daylight.
Bit of a contrast to the Bay Area then. I think it's more the sort
I
of...
keep worrying about Daniel. What if the police find out what he can do?
Oh,
That's just too sad, honey. They both deserve a fucking break.
thanks. I'm standing right here. You could speak more quietly if you don't want me to hear you. One of the things I love about this game is that if you stand around NPCs,
I love you, Stanley, but your coffee makes me want to run away from away.
you get these conversations. You wonder how many of them there are, because they do fill
What do you
in
think about giving the homestead a little makeover?
personality.
Some new paint? Would be nice to switch it up. Are we awake, dear?
Definitely. I'm just ignoring you.
You think you can ignore me? Cute.
Karen should be back soon.
Hopefully,
They left early this morning.
they left.
Oh
early this
man,
morning.
I'm sure David will bring over tons of candy and you'll be on a sugar rush all day.
You know me too well.
Right, she went with David, who we haven't met yet. Any more to say, guys?
I read Karen's last column in the Desert Life.
The one with the girl asking herself if her baby's father was actually the father because he'd been cheating so much?
Nah, not this one. The one about the guy who completely obsessed over this medieval fantasy show character.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
But you did read it
My
then.
ex was a fan of this show, too.
Anyway, she's so good with words.
She is, actually.
Karen. I don't know how she turns those phrases. I would sound so judgmental and sarcastic, but she just never goes there. And still makes it fun to read.
She does. She
Hey,
lives...
she might write advice columns for a living. She's still a poet.
She is still a poet. She leaves room for interpretation in what she writes in places too, which is good. And the thing about poems is the older you get, the more you resonate with them, because life experiences pop up in poetry that you can relate to. I always think it's hard when younger children are asked to interpret poetry because they've just not lived long enough to be able to make those connections. It's much more difficult for them. It's not impossible, but it's harder. Guys, is that it? You finished? The coffee rush has finally worn you out, has it? I think we're done. Right, we can go now. But it's what I was saying about these games where you get to stand around and interact with NPCs. I read a post on Reddit recently, actually, where someone was saying, is it good or bad that NPCs start to repeat themselves? I think it's bad, personally. I'd rather an NPC just stopped talking when they've finished with everything they want to tell you, rather than repeated the same things. I mean, I was getting slightly annoyed when it kept telling me to take the telescope back to them, but I can see why. Right, I'm guessing Daniel's in Joan's RV, because this is where we heard his voice. And I could be completely wrong. That's what happens, Joanne, when you've not played the game before. Oh, they're around the other side. Oh, hello.
What's up, Joanne?
See for yourself.
Man, check this out.
Yes.
Hey, Daniel, let's take a little break.
Got it.
Oh, you listen to her then.
That child is
Dangerous?
something special.
Yeah. I hear this one a lot. Don't worry.
I bet.
Yeah, I bet. But you have your own talent, Sean.
Which is?
I'm dead serious.
He's going to say... Is he going to be self-deprecating and say it's nothing special? Let's say he does that.
It's nothing
I
special
bet she convinces him the opposite.
compared to what he has.
Well, What he has is some next-level sci-fi shit, Sean.
True.
You can't compare yourself to him.
True.
None of us can. But what you have is a precious gift that will guide you through this cosmogonic mess,
Cosmogonic?
if you let it.
Oh, okay. He's gonna say, let's find out why she's here.
So why are you all the way out here now?
Backstory.
I started selling my work for good money, and as soon as I did, everyone turned into smiling sharks. Listen, if you want to be an artist, you will be. It's not always easy, but in the end, it's pretty fucking cool. Speaking of, do you mind giving me a hand here?
Oh,
Sure.
I don't know if I can.
Yes, you can. I just need your input, okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on, do it.
Okay. Sure.
Interact.
Why not?
Ah, there you go. Now, go stand over there. Daniel, you ready to start again?
Oh, yes.
I can't believe there was an option there for us not to do this. Why would you not? I didn't realise this was going to involve Daniel.
So, for my next trick, I'd love to see if you can connect these three pieces. I've made a model of what I have in mind here,
Oh, okay.
but go ahead and be the artist.
Box ball spiky thing.
And we don't need a crane to lift this stuff.
Oh,
Daniel can snap these together like block toys.
Hell yeah. Let's do this.
I bet Daniel could snap a few things. So, the way I looked at that, I thought the arms went on top of the... Oh, right, belly. Belly first. Oh, don't fall off.
Maybe that's supposed to represent the Earth.
Maybe.
Or a ball.
Let's add it.
Okay, Daniel. Can you slam dunk the Earth ball onto the base?
Watch this layup.
Yes, Daniel can. Gently.
You should totally do like the model, but with the spider on top.
Yeah, that's what it was. The head was underneath, wasn't it? The arms were on top.
Man, I thought my art was weird.
Yes. But we'll do it anyway, this way.
Now, let's move Mr. Pancake's head onto
that.
the pedestal.
There you go.
Be careful, Daniel.
Yes.
Don't want you to get hurt.
Or anybody else. Can we just add that in there, Joanne? Or anyone else?
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, we're going the way you designed it.
Clever.
Where's he going?
Looks like a freaking
Sean is about
steampunk
to
spider.
show you, Daniel.
Yes.
Keep watching.
Let's go.
Now, let's throw on that spider.
Watch this.
Spider on the top. I mean, if that comes down in a wind, it's going to kill somebody, isn't it? I think we've done it. Finished sculpture. That's it. We have created what it was you asked for, madam.
I feel like we're almost done.
I thought you'd finished.
Well, I think this is it. Looks good to me.
Only if the muse approves.
Oh, yeah. It's super cool. Thanks for listening to me, Sean. It's exactly what I wanted.
Interesting.
You did a great job, Enano.
Well, Sean, Daniel, I think art might be in your family DNA. There's no escape. I think we're done for the day.
Good.
Thank you so much for your help.
You're entirely
Okay.
welcome.
That was fun.
It was.
Joanne is so chill about her art. That's what makes her talented.
That was interesting, wasn't it? That he
I bet
thanked
you would like Minecraft. It's kind of like this.
a little bit,
Yeah, I've read about it. It's
Yeah.
a video game, right?
kind of.
Yes. And you can build whatever you want in it.
Ooh, you have to show me then. Precarious patriot, shrouded.
You okay, Joanne?
As fine as frogs here, sweetie.
She's chilling.
I like to take a good look at a piece after I'm done working on it. It helps me connect with it.
Cool. Well, thanks for letting me be a part of it.
Oh, thank you, Sean. See you around, hon.
Yeah, see you around, Joanne. Brother of mine, we're not speaking. Where am I meant to go now? I'm not entirely sure. I've got objectives. Wait for Karen to come back, it says at the bottom of there. So I've got to wait for Karen to come back. I need to just apologise in case you can hear the sounds of a lawn mowing in the distance behind me, because one of my neighbours has just decided to start mowing their lawn. Okay, quick explanation here. I took a break while my neighbour was mowing his lawn. I've been to fetch a drink. I've been to the toilet. And when I came back, I did lots more exploring around the camp and nothing happened. Literally for like half an hour I was doing it. So I stopped and I googled, I am stuck waiting for Karen to return from town, and apparently it's a known bug. You have to reload the last checkpoint, so that is what I've done.
It's kind of like this.
Yeah, I've read about it. It's a video game, right?
Yes. And you can build whatever you want.
She's
Super Wolf to Big Brother. Copy.
Oh,
I
right.
hid something super cool for you to find. Will you accept this quest to find my secret treasure?
Yes, I will. Yeah, okay.
10-4. Okay. You're on it, Nano.
Yes. Thanks, Sean.
Okay,
Listen carefully.
I'm listening.
You must find the 2 items that will reveal where the treasure is.
Deal.
Right.
So for the first item is near the place with many wings that cannot fly. That's it.
All right.
That's your clue?
You can do it, Big Brother.
I'm trying.
I hope. And don't bother checking Mom's trailer. It's outside.
All right. Okay. Now, Joan's not going to talk to me. I can hold L1 and X to call Daniel to ask for new clues if I need them. Wings and can't fly. Yeah, I mean, it's a bug, apparently. The people who respond to other people saying, I'm stuck, I can't progress, say that if you've done things in a particular order, it doesn't trigger this, which has just happened, which you need to progress. So I literally could have wandered around there forever and nothing would have happened. That is the first time I've had to reload a checkpoint because of a bug in this series of games. Isn't that a
Getting
thing?
closer.
Thanks. Well, completely by accident. I'm heading here because I
Warming up.
saw this sand drawing on the floor.
I wish Daniel wasn't the only kid in town.
Yes, I know the feeling. I'm wishing he wasn't as well. I'm getting closer. Wings and can't fly. Is he
Getting
calling?
warm.
He's calling the fins, the veins on the windmill, the...
Warm.
It's not the guys, is it? It's the wings that can't fly.
Too far.
That's not got wings, that's got legs.
It's close, Sean.
Okay, this thing's still making a noise. That's spooky. Oh!
Rabbits. You're
Yeah.
here.
Well, I deserve that after the half hour I've spent messing around. Honestly, I tried everything. I couldn't see anything at all. Ugh. What is this clue?
Ahoy, matey. I found a map
Good.
of a way.
Yeah. Don't lose it because you'll need it to match up with the other part.
Okay,
Got
we've got
it.
to find 2 halves of a map.
Arr. For the second item, you'll need to find something that eats the sun.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Oh, I know what that is already. That's got to be the solar panels, hasn't it? Hasn't it? If only I could remember where they were.
Getting closer.
Yeah, I know I am. Now I've got the
You're warming
clues.
up. Getting warm?
There they are. Oh, they're not. That's not them. That's
Not too far.
David's trailer.
You're in the middle zone.
This is
Getting closer.
This is it, isn't it?
Pretty smart. You're never gonna run out of sun in the desert.
Aren't they the things that eat the sun?
Oh man, you're right there.
Good. Good. Yes! Pick me up. It would have been so quick had this thing actually triggered. Oh, well, now we've got two halves of a map. So there's the... I'm pointing at the screen. I've just realised this. There's the wind vane. There's the solar panels. And the X is in the junkyard. Yeah. The X is in the
Found
junkyard.
it. Nice. And it's a tracing paper sheet with a red cross.
It's a treasure map.
Match up to the other paper. And the treasure is yours, Captain Diaz.
Yes.
Ahoy, matey!
Ahoy,
I
matey.
think I have the whole treasure map.
I think it's over in the junkyard.
Captain, now you just gotta dig your way to the treasure.
Dig?
You know where to go.
I'm going to be
That's a cool-ass
systematic.
map you drew, dude.
Thanks. Chris told me everything about treasure hunting.
Oh, bless. He had such little time with him as
Getting
well.
warm?
Yeah,
This part of town is dead this time of year.
I'm exploring
I
cars.
should stay around here.
Warm? Just
Yeah.
grab it. You're here. You're warm.
Oh, just grab it,
It's
yeah.
close, Sean. Oh man, you're right there. Just look around.
What? I am looking around.
It burns.
It's here, is it? Is this where it is? Are we in the right place? Is it?
You're warm.
No, that's not that side. It burns.
Oh man, you're right there. Just look around.
Yeah, I did. You said it burned when I was there last time.
Just grab it. You're here.
Oh, got it. Thank the Lord for that.
Ooh, looks like something's buried here.
Is it a key? No, it's not a key.
Yes, I think I have found the hidden treasure.
Yeah, I knew you could do it. I found this under an old trailer. Looks like gold, right?
I'm not a prospector.
If you say so.
But it looks like the real deal.
Sure! You know what time it is. Victory! Dance time!
Really?
Come on, dance! Yeah!
You asked for it.
Right. I wish it had done that half an hour ago. I've collected a new souvenir. I've put it in my backpack. Good.
Oh, I think you're spotting Mom's truck coming back. Yes, 100% her.
Gotcha.
Which way? Here
We'll
they
help
come.
her out with the groceries.
Good. Where is she? I just wanted to come back now after half an hour. Honestly, it's the most time I've ever spent in a game aimlessly wandering around. I looked at everything again. Everything we'd visited before, I went to the whole lot. They're going to come the other way, aren't they? I can hear them. And I don't see them. They're going to run me over. I've got all this way through the game. I'm going to get away from there because I don't trust them not to be on the road. Well, this is Karen's trailer, isn't it? Oh, they're at David's. No, they're here behind me. Hello? That's one way of doing it. You must be David.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, good morning. Howdy, Sean.
How was the town trip?
Hate these trips. People look at us as if
Oh
we're
my
aliens.
God!
Here come the Sandbox.
That's David
The
Madsen.
deserters have returned with offerings from Das Kapital.
Jolie,
That's David
I
Madsen.
missed you. Next time, you're coming with us.
We'll see.
Looking good. What's your secret?
Defying death on a daily basis. And hydrating.
Oh, right. Can't forget your goodies.
Hey, thanks, Angel.
Here,
You're the man, Karen. Catch you later.
take care. Hey.
Hey.
So, how did you guys like your night in the canyon?
Fabulous.
It was amazing. So
But never
many
mind
stars. So quiet.
You're
The
friends with
culture.
David
I knew
Madsen.
you'd like it. Stargazer. Glad you got to see that.
Hi, Mom. How was the town?
Town life always sucks. But we got something for you. Think fast.
Whoa, yes! Thanks, David.
You want to play catch, Danny boy?
Totally.
So this is after he... Well,
Me and
I'm not
Dad
going to do any
always used to
spoilers
play,
here.
but I'm
I can't
way
do
better
spoilers, but those of you who know the stories from all of the series will know something
No
about
matter what
David
he's
Marsden.
been through, he just wants to be a kid and play.
He does.
Yep. Daniel hasn't been like this in forever. You've all been a good influence on him.
About time you boys went camping. Hope Daniel didn't get scared by all the critters.
Yeah, not anymore. He's seen a lot worse,
He has.
and that made him tougher. And he can defend himself.
You're right. And he does like to show off. Maybe too much. You boys have been here over a month, and I still can't get over Daniel's skills.
Does it scare you?
Does that kind of scare you?
Me? Goddamn right it does. Never met someone with a superpower before.
I try and be a good influence, but our bond is complicated. We're brothers. I don't know if I did right. Guess you never really know.
Listen, raising a kid is the toughest job in the world. Trust me. Combat was easier.
It is David Madsen. Let's ask him about his marriage.
Oh, you didn't tell me you were married.
Used to be. She died a few years ago.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's life. But at least I got an angry stepdaughter in the deal. We were like oil and water, and she was always starting shit.
Guess that's hard for a kid to get a new father.
Especially one like me. I just had no clue how to deal with her. Wish I did. But we eventually made our peace. Anyway, you can't go back.
Nope. Thanks for talking, David.
Better
Yes,
start
thanks
my
for
delivery
talking.
now.
Thanks for talking, David.
Found some weird snacks in town. Arthur's gonna freak. Catch you later, Sean.
Bye, David. I'm not going to talk too much
Okay.
about this for people who
Time
may
out.
have not played the other
I'm
games.
gonna melt.
That was awesome, Mom.
But
Now
wow,
I know why they don't play baseball in the desert.
You throw way better than Sean.
We're not done out here yet.
really?
Let's get this food inside before it melts.
Yeah,
No
let's
problem.
do that. I would imagine refrigeration is a problem out there, especially if they have frequent power cuts.
She is so cool. You think?
Joanne is so cool. Stanley's so cool. The heat is so cool. You're way too easy, bro.
Whatever. Can't help it if I like Karen.
Just be you and I know. I'm just saying. Don't get
Calls
too
it-
cozy here.
Calls
This
it
is a
Karen, not Mum.
rest stop.
I know.
Let's put all this stuff inside, where it's at least 1 degree cooler than outside. What was on the shopping list, just out of interest?
It's marked that everybody takes turns shopping.
So the list read as follows. Stanley wanted a pound of coffee beans, no decaf, trail mix, mousetrap, watermelon. Arthur wanted choco crisps, baking soda and foot powder. Joe wanted shea butter, turmeric and ibuprofen. Priya wanted condoms and USB cord. Jem, dry cat food and sunscreen. We haven't met these people. Vadim wanted measuring tape, AC filters and roasted nuts. What an eclectic mix of items for a shopping list. What do we do now? Oh, hello. Talking time again. Let's chat.
I have to admit, I do miss that Pacific Northwest weather sometimes.
Yeah, I bet.
You've been here over a month now. What do you think of our little oasis?
She talks to him as if he's visiting, doesn't she? It's another world.
This place is like another world.
It is.
Don't even know how to describe it.
I think you just did. It has a unique atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people come here from all over the country. For their own reasons. Not perfect, but it works.
It's an escape, isn't it? It's a refuge. Oh, no. Challenging to say you live as outcasts, but obvious to say so peaceful here. Shall we go the challenging route?
Hope it's worth it. It's not easy to live as outcasts. Off the grid.
Clearly not. We ought to be almost self-sufficient. And it's a very lonely life.
It's cool you found your safe space. I guess.
You can't escape reality. Even here. We just live slightly apart from it.
Yes, in parallel, really. How did you find this place?
So... how did you end up here? This place is not on the map.
Like most of us, I was first brought here by someone, Maggie. After I failed to make it in New York, I was lucky enough to meet her down in Florida. She's had a tough life. This place was her getaway.
Yeah.
She's long gone now, but
Oh.
her name is still written all over this place.
Well, thanks for bringing us here.
Oh, Sean. I'm glad I was able to help you. By the way, can you grab your brother so we can all talk?
Oh, really? What about?
Is everything okay?
Sounds ominous.
Yeah, I just thought we could spend this day together. Just the three of us.
Interesting.
Big brother to Superwolf? We need you at Karen's trailer. Copy?
Sure. I mean, 10-4.
What's this going to be about?
Hola.
Hola.
Hola, compadre. How about a trek around the canyon today? You in?
Totally.
Let's pack then.
Okay. Ooh, this sounds like it's got an air of finality about it. She wants them to be together today. Am I reading too much into that? Do you think? I like the community. It does feel like a safe space. And as for David, well, he's changed. Right. I've got to pause at some point. I'm going to pause there. I'll be back with you in a second. So last but one episode, they're in a safe place now. They've got people around them who trust them. Daniel's secret is out, but no one cares particularly, although it spooks David somewhat. The good thing about it is it's been an opportunity for the boys to bond again. They've had a month of living together, just pressing the reset button. Whether that's going to be sufficient to see them through to a happy ending in this game, I don't know. As I said to you before, I've already been cautioned in the comments by some people saying that my decisions earlier in the game were pointing us towards problems in the future. Well, I think we may have had the problems in the future. That's my positive way of looking at this. I think we may have got through them and we're looking towards the possibility of it not being a disaster. Let's put it that way. But I have my misgivings. Right, so look, that was episode 17. The episode coming up, episode 18, will be the final episode of my playthrough of Life is Strange 2. So I hope you join me for that, and I'll see you then. Bye.